Hi everyone, my name is Ervosa, and welcome back to another video on LaserDiscs. This is not one that I planned to make at all, or anything that I planned to buy. I found this completely by accident, and it was a really wonderful surprise. I was in an old historic part of a town that I was visiting on vacation, and there was an antique store that caught my eye, and I decided to meander in and see what they have, and I decided to take it upon myself to go ask the store owner, do you have any LaserDiscs? Because I saw the fact that they had vinyls, and the guy smiled and then just silently walked me over to this corner down part of the store, and sure enough, there's a whole shelf of like untouched LaserDiscs, and I was so excited, and the owners were so sweet, and they let me sit on the floor of their store for I think almost an hour going through, like, it seemed there must have been at least 100 different LaserDiscs. Some were in like worse condition, some were in really good condition. The owner joked with me at one point, it's like, what's your budget? Would you be willing to take the whole shelf? It didn't really seem like they had moved in a long time, and not many other people had really come in to look at them or even knew what they were. I was super excited. I was mildly tempted to just call it a day and buy the whole lot, but I didn't really have a budget because again, like, I found it completely by accident, and I just picked out the ones that were movies that I grew up loving, or ones that like I'd always wanted to see or I'd heard good things about, or especially ones that were good condition. They thankfully had a lot of multiple copies of the same printings. They had the same movie of different printings, so they had a lot of variety for me to kind of choose and be like, all right, out of the three, this one looks like it has the best disc quality, this one has the best cover. So I went through all of it, and I have them here for you today. It is quite the stack. We even have a very special collector's edition there on the bottom I'm excited to show you guys, and we're just going to get into it. I have the LaserDisc database up in front of me, so we're going to go through all of these and look into them together at the same time, and I can't wait. So without further ado, the first new LaserDisc we have, new for me, new LaserDisc we have here is A League of Their Own. With a very interesting baseball season happening in North America right now, this was definitely an appropriate one to start with. And holy guacamole, what a season it ended up being. Just saying it was interesting would not do this series justice. It was a record-setting season and World Series that I won't forget for a long time. Except for maybe the last 3 innings of that ridiculous 18-inning game. I completely passed out before it ended and had to look at the score the next morning. Congrats to the Dodgers for taking home their 3rd World Series win in a row. Though, I must be honest, all of my friends and family and I had our hearts on the Blue Jays. You guys had an incredible run. This is a fantastic movie. I actually haven't seen it myself in a long time. This is deluxe widescreen version, so let's look up the database number and see what it has to say about it. Rot status is possible candidate, which is unfortunate, has additional commentary, and let's take a look at the inside sleeve here and see what kind of condition they're in. A lot of these I didn't actually really have the chance to like go through and actually look into every single one. If there was only a one-off copy, I just kind of grabbed it on my way out the door. So there we go, we've got 2 discs, and let's pull out the first one and see how it looks. Extended play. There you go. You guys can see yourselves. Hello. And disc 1 looks just as good. It doesn't even have any fingerprints on it. It doesn't look like anyone's ever even watched it. It looks brand new. And the cover is also, with the exception of one little crease, is in fantastic shape. I'm really happy with this one. So there is the front cover again. And then there is the back cover with all of the chapters and the additional commentary. Oh, it's amazing. One thing as well is like I can already smell with them sitting next to me. All of these still smell like the antique store I got it from, which I love. I love that like old furniture, antique book smell. It's wonderful for me. I know some people don't like it. I love it. Alrighty, and next up we have Back to the Future 2 and Back to the Future 3. I didn't even know they made a 3. I don't know what it's about. I was really disappointed that they didn't have the first one. That would have been fantastic for it to kind of complete the collection. These are both the letterboxed version. They don't really look like they have any additional special features. They're just the movie. So there is Back to the Future 2. And then there is the back of that one. And then we have Back to the Future 3, which like I'm so intrigued by like what the heck this movie could be about, because they're all in like historical period costumes, and it looks like it might have like Industrial Revolution steampunk vibe to it, which I'm very excited about. It's interesting that some LaserDiscs kind of come just in this like plastic sheathing versus the other ones, like the one we just looked at for A League of Their Own, comes in that nice like square paper. But these discs both look like they're in really, really good shape. Let's take a look at LaserDisc database to see what it has to say about Back to the Future 3. Today's numbers are 40980. Alright, so Back to the Future 3 from 1990, very low rot status probability, which is amazing. A little bit more pricey than some of the other ones, which is pretty nice. And this one is in very, very good condition. There's no real, with the exception of like a little creasing here, there's no real issues at all with the slipcover. The discs look perfect, so this one was super, super awesome. Back to the Future Part 2, 1989. Also low rot status, which is awesome. Also pretty good for the price. So these two are about the same for the condition that they're in. This one has a little bit of roughness on the edge, a little bit of wear, which is too bad. But other than that, it looks... I love Doc's faces. Look at him. I need to watch this movie again. I've only ever seen the first one and the second one. I didn't even know the third one existed. I'm super excited to pop these in and watch them, especially in the old format. Oh, it's gonna be great. The next couple movies are ones that I never got to watch growing up, but I've always kind of heard things about and want to see if they're any good. So the next one we have is Caddyshack, The Snobs Against the Slobs. I really know nothing about this movie. I recognize it. It's kind of one of those things when you're growing up, they're like, yeah, I think my parents watched that at one point. And that's kind of what this movie falls underneath. The cover is in good shape. Let's see, what is this movie about? Tee off with a foursome of the screen's funniest clowns. The Greenskeeper is about to start World War III against a gopher. Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, Ted Knight, and Bill Murray tee off for a side-splitting round of fairy foolishness that does for golf what Animal House did for college fraternities and Police Academy did for law enforcement. This looks amazingly stupid. I will have to find out what I think about this ridiculousness. Let's take a look at the number and see what kind of condition we're looking at. Low rot status, so that's really, really good. It's got decent value. Yeah, it's a comedy. This is gonna be very interesting. But yeah, that was kind of a cool one. Next up, we have The Pelican Brief, another one that I knew really nothing about with Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington. This is one I definitely know my mother at least watched growing up, but I was not allowed in the room for at the time because I was way too little. I am going to be really interested to see what this one is about. I have heard that it is good. We'll find out. You know, some movies are like depending on, it might have been good for the day, but like you watch it back nowadays and you're like, yeah, kind of was not great. This one is interesting. So I'm always a little torn on having the original seal like this. So it's not sealed, it has been opened. And having the original seal on things like this is really nice because it does keep the slip cover in really good shape, but I have read that keeping the plastic on this can cause disc warpage over time. Like as the plastic kind of like contracts and shrinks, it could place pressure on the LaserDisc, would not be good. At the moment, this seems like super loosey-goosey and not too bad, so I'm gonna leave it on because it is kind of like a nice touch. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen this before on slip covers for the discs. It actually has a little statement that says, "Treat me right, tips for care of LaserDiscs." Cool. Thank you, Warner Brothers. Oh my gosh, and there's the back. Movie magic from the Warner Vault. Yours on LaserDisc. Action, adventure, comedy, music, drama, classics, family favorites, fantasy, horror, westerns, and more. Oh yeah, and there's a Pelican Brief right there that we're holding under drama. That's really cool. So these are all the ones that had come out so far. Oh, that's really fun. But are the discs any good? We have 12989. Low rot status, which is awesome. Not too valuable, but again, this one's really, really cool. So that's good that this one doesn't have any issues. Our next movie, which is also an R-rated film, is The Shawshank Redemption. This is again, not one that I have watched before, but definitely one that my parents were familiar with Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. I've heard a lot of good stuff about this movie, and I'll be interested to see what it's all about. And this one is also in very good condition. So there is the front cover. And then we have the back, which has way too much text for me to read to you guys in one sitting. This one is really cool. It's got 3 sides. It's a long movie, apparently. How long is this movie? 142 minutes. Okay, that makes sense. Doesn't look like it has any additional commentary or like sneak previews or anything like that, but let's plug it into IMDb database and see what it has to say about it. 74596. High probability. Oh no! High probability of rot status. Oh, that's unfortunate. Total rot reports 31. I might not be watching The Shawshank Redemption. Because like I didn't really have the time to like go through and look up every single one of these individually while I was sitting on the floor of that antique shop before I bought all of them. I just kind of like picked, because it took long enough just going through what they had anyway. Like I just kind of had to cherry pick the ones that I was interested in and kind of hope for the best. So the next one we have, which is one I have watched, is the widescreen edition Tom Cruise, the original Mission Impossible. This one is cool because it is, in fact, still sealed. So there is the back. Hopefully the reflections aren't too bad. Going through all these for you guys to be able to see them. It's got Dolby Digital Surround. It's 110 minutes, 1996. I'm not sure if this one has any additional cool features or not, so let's look it up and see what it has to say. The fact that it has a THX LaserDisc, I love that. The little sticker on the front there. That's really, really cool. Oh my gosh, the code for this one is like 10 years long. LV2WS. Rots.S is very low. Sealed is going for between $4 and $15, so that's quite the range. It does have the THX LaserDisc, includes a promotion offer to give you your very own Mission Impossible baseball style cap. Oh man, do you think I can make that? I think I'll get my baseball cap. Here's the baseball thing. So a great looking black denim shirt and hat with the Mission Impossible logo embroidered in red can be yours for an impossible price with the purchase of this Mission Impossible LaserDisc limited time offer. See details inside. That's very funny. But yeah, so this one's really, really cool. I'll probably be leaving this one sealed. There's so many other ways, and I'm pretty sure I have it on DVD already. So if I want to watch Mission Impossible, I will not be needing to unseal this guy. Next up, we have yet another movie series that I didn't find the first one. I found the ones following it. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh my gosh. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. This is the special edition and the first one that we can actually open and take a look at. Ta-da! Can you see it? Can you see it? There it is. There it is in all of its glory. Interestingly, going down the side, inside this cover here, we have a little brief description of what happens in each chapter, so that's really, really fun. All right, it has no rots purported at all, which is awesome. Wow, this one actually is quite expensive compared to the other ones. This one is, I wouldn't say it's in mint condition. It's got a little bit of wear on the bottom there, so it would definitely fall into the used category. But this one is definitely apparently one that's a little bit more wanted compared to the other ones. It's great that there's no rot reported for it. Let's see what it has to say. The extended director's version has about 17 additional minutes of footage, which is awesome. Includes guide to restored scenes inside the gatefold, restoration credits, a memo from James Cameron on cardstock justifying the inclusion of the scenes that were added back in. Custom sleeves that were imprinted, Terminator 2 Judgment Day Special Edition. Ooh, we'll have to look at those. The original 1997 release date might have been priced down in 1997. After the restoration credits, there's 2 minutes of black screen, followed by Chapter 79, color, screen bars, and a sound sweep. All 3 US LaserDisc releases of the 1993 Special Edition have a catalog spine number based on 82997 for August 29, 1997. Oh, that's an amazing little detail. Yeah, it is 82997. That's really, really fun. Okay, let's take a look at these little sleeves that they're talking about. Oh, cool. There it is, Terminator 2 Judgment Day Special Edition. Oh my gosh, it has the card! Oh, that's so cool. It's got a little bit of staining up here at the top, but it looks brand new besides that. Oh my gosh, okay, let's see what it says. Here, I'll turn it towards you guys so you can read along with me. Lightstorm Entertainment. People sometimes ask why I would want to do a special edition of Terminator 2. Why fix something that ain't broken? I see it not as a fix, but as an opportunity to do greater justice to the characters who live and breathe within the 136-minute confines of the film. The special edition in no way invalidates the theatrical cut. It simply restores some depth and character made omissible by theatrical running time, and now made viable again by the home theatrical LaserDisc format. The Terminator films are all about trying to change history, and the importance of the individual within the grand scheme of things. More often than not, we find that even if we cannot alter the events of our lives, we certainly have the ability to shed more light on them, to see them from a slightly different perspective. I think that not only the viewers, but the characters of these films understand this empowerment theme quite clearly. Not just Sarah Connor, but Dyson, Terminator, John, T-1000, and even the late Kyle Reese have all come calling to alter our view of the events in their lives as seen in the theatrical release of T2. In this age of interactivity, special editions give viewers a choice between seeing a film as it was shown in the theater and seeing essentially a finished version of the initial conception of the movie. It's a look behind the curtain on the creative process that got the filmmakers to the version of the film that was released. One can see the ideas that were being explored. I think it's a good lesson for people who are interested in the film to see what is necessary and what is not to tell a story. Pioneer and Carolco have worked closely with me and my tireless staff at Lightstorm Entertainment to give you this glimpse into the alternative realities of Terminator 2. We have restored more than 15 minutes of material to the film to give you a different reflection of the T2 story with new facets and old faces. Gary Rydstrom and his crew at Skywalker Sound have once again performed their auditory mastery to mix the new scenes, and the THX LaserDisc program has helped to ensure that our work on the special edition comes through to you loud and clear. I hope you enjoy it. Jim Cameron. I don't think I've ever heard him call himself Jim Cameron. I always thought it was James Cameron. Well, this is super awesome. It's on really thick cardstock. Like this was not necessarily cheap to print. Next up, we have an awesome movie that I have personally watched many times. Is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Yes, this one is a fan favorite from the series from many, many years ago, and I adore it. It's so much fun. This one is the letterboxed edition. It also has a wonderful open. This is our second LaserDisc we have that actually opens up. Oh, look at that! I haven't looked at these actually myself. I like glanced at them very briefly when I was in the store. But look at that! There it is! Oh, I love those awesome big photos that span the whole inside. It looks amazing. There is the back, and let's look up next on LaserDisc database to see what it has to say about this printing. Low rot status, which is awesome. This one is about the same as the other ones as far as like how much they're going for at the moment. Let's see. No additional notes. Yep, so this is literally just the movie. But yeah, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Very happy. This is a quick reminder to never store your LaserDiscs the way I have them here on the table. This is not good for them. It is only temporary while I'm filming, and then they're going to be going right back to the nice shelf that they were in with my other vinyls, upright and slightly loose and in a nice dark place where they can't get touched by sunlight. But the next series that I have, I got not one, not two, but 5 Star Trek LaserDiscs. They had so many, I didn't even know what half of them were. So Star Trek was my dad's absolute favorite for years. Still is. He hasn't watched them in a long time, but he absolutely saw every episode that ever came out when it was first on TV. So going through all the ones we have here, oh, this is going to be a bit of a speed run. We have Star Trek The Motion Picture with the front, and then there is the back. Love it. That's an awesome shot with the whole crew there. We have Star Trek The Final Frontier. And the back of that one. We have Star Trek IV The Voyage Home. I love the artwork on the front of these last 3. The hand-drawn artwork on them looks really, really good. And then we have Star Trek First Contact Resistance is Futile. There's the front of that one. And then we have the very, very busy back. This one is actually... This slipcover is actually in really good condition. I would say, surprisingly, this is one of the better slipcovers I've gotten. The only thing wrong with it is this tiny little bit right there on the corner, but... And then we have this guy also in its original shrink wrap, Star Trek The Final Frontier, which is awesome. And then we have the back. Oh, I love these so much. Let's go through each one now and look them up on the database and kind of see what we're working with as far as like rot and all of that kind of thing. Okay, first up, Star Trek The Motion Picture. Low rot status, which is awesome. It's pretty decently priced. The side 3 is CAV but wrongly labeled extended play CLV. Original theatrical cut in widescreen. This version is the first release of the original theatrical cut on LaserDisc since 1981. Next up, let's look up The Final Frontier. No rot status reported, which is amazing. Decently priced, no additional notes. It's just the movie. Next up, Star Trek IV The Voyage Home. Let's see what this one has to say. Low rot status? I am starting to have difficulty saying that. Low rot status. Never been sealed on the website before. It says side 3 improperly labeled extended play CLV when it is actually CAV. They had apparently a couple mislabeling issues on some of these discs. I love the portrait. It looks like it was done in either like pastel or colored pencil for the front with Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner. That's awesome. It's so funny seeing the pictures as well because you have all these like sci-fi futuristic pictures here and then you just have like the Golden Gate Bridge in the background. All right, let's look up first contact resistance is futile. Low rot status, which is awesome. Includes a 12-inch by 23-inch first contact mini poster. You don't say. Hello. Aw, this might not have it might not come with a poster. Dang it. Got lucky on the Terminator one, and I'm really sad that I don't get to see. Maybe I could look up what the poster looked like. Oh man, that would have been awesome. Look at that. Man, maybe I'll have to buy the poster to kind of go with mine and complete it. Oh, that would have been really, really cool. Dang it. All right, going back to our last Star Trek poster, this is Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. No rot status reported, which is awesome. It's kind of wanted, not really. My copy includes a promotional square insert the size of the sleeve, which promotes the full collection of Star Trek movies. Mine doesn't have that. I can already see right now mine doesn't have that either. Dang it. There we go. So it would have been this. The Animated Adventures of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek, featuring the voices of William Shatner as Captain Kirk and Leonard Nimoy as Mr. Spock. This animation style reminds me so much of, what was that like early, like one of that first like animated Lord of the Rings movie? Or that really, really original, the same era reminds me of the original Lord of the Rings animation, the original Legend of Zelda animation, and like old Scooby-Doo films. That's amazing, I love it. That is all of the Star Trek. Moving on to another sci-fi franchise, which is also one of my favorites. I was so happy when I found this one. It is none other than Men in Black. It's such a fun movie. Oh my goodness. Mr. Jones, Mr. Smith protecting the Earth from the scum of the universe. This is the deluxe widescreen presentation. This one doesn't have a fold open, but there is the front. Make sure you guys can see it with the reflection. And then there is, oh my god, so much text. All the purple text. I don't even know if you could see all the purple text on the back. It is kind of ridiculous. 2 thumbs up, absolutely hilarious, remarkably clever, and hip. Thank you, Gene Siskel. Bonus! Music video. It has a music video. Is there anything fancy inside? Nope, just looks like the 2 discs. All right, let's take a look at the number. Also, this is another slip cover that's in like really good shape. It's only got like one little bend, a little bit of a crease there. Bottom is beautiful. This slip cover looks like someone just bought it, which is really, really fun. Okay, what do we got? We have, wow, the letters on this one are tiny. 82656. Men in Black 1997. No. Why? Rot status, high probability. Dang it. It's been sold a lot though, that's interesting. All right, let's see. Wow, there's a lot of notes on this. Includes Will Smith's Men in Black music video with a 5.1 soundtrack on Chapter 57. This early AC3 was rumored to be facing a possible recall just after its release, on executive producer Steven Spielberg's request not to promote Dolby Digital in favor of DTS. Jurassic Park was the first movie commercially available with a DTS soundtrack. Rumors were talking about a possible re-release of Men in Black and LaserDisc DTS. This never happened, probably because the number of people equipped with the AC3 sound systems outnumbered those with the DTS systems. The first AC3 release in the USA was Clear and Present Danger 2 years prior. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I think my Jurassic Park copy also has, yeah, it says DTS on the front. That's really, really interesting. The Pioneer USA pressing is superior to the DADC pressing and has very good chance of little to no rot. Which one's mine? I can never tell on these covers how to tell which one's which. You can distinguish the Sony and Pioneer pressings from their TH sticker affixed to the wrapping. I don't have the wrapper. Oh, the Pioneer pressed discs are in paper sleeves, while the DAD pressed discs, I can't read the rest of that. Okay, so I have the paper ones. Pioneer Super, yay! Huzzah! Ladies and gentlemen, we're done. We're good. We have the paper inserts, and according to this human being on the internet that we're going to trust because I have no other further information I can find on this, this is the Pioneer pressing which according to the person several comments up is superior and it has little to no rot, which is awesome. I will have to plug this in and find out and see if that's true or not. I hope so, because I love this movie and everything else with this is in really, really good shape. All right, let's see what else people have to say about it. Starts with the Columbia Tristar home video logo before the FBI warning, and then the THX LaserDisc Broadway trailer. My copy was pressed by Pioneer, yet every side suffers from one form of laser lock. On sides 1 and 2, you can skip through the lock by selecting another chapter or another time spot on the disc, but side 3 will not no matter what you do to try. I have never heard of laser lock before. Wikipedia. If the player calibration was out of order, or if the CAV disc was faulty or damaged, other problems affecting tracking accuracy could occur. One such problem was laser lock, where the player read the same 2 fields for a given frame over and over, causing the picture to look frozen as if the movie were paused. Interesting. There's so many issues with LaserDiscs. I love them, but man, they had a lot of problems. Namely the players, besides like the disc rot, which of course like that didn't come about until like years after people owned them. The players themselves though were a little unreliable. All right, next up on our list, we have 2 American classics, Titanic, and then following after that, we have Top Gun. Starting off with Titanic though, this one is the widescreen edition. This one is beautiful. I love the colors that they chose for the cover design. It does open, so let me get this one open for you guys so we can see what the inside looks like. Oh, it's so pretty. Side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4. I love her purple outfit. Oh my gosh, she looks so pretty. There's the front again of the beautiful Titanic and the back. Came out in 1987, 194-minute runtime. I forgot it was kind of long, actually. Let's take a look at this one and see what it has to say. Rot status is low probability, which is good. Oh my gosh, it originally listed for $50 US back in the day. Holy guacamole. $50 back in like 1997 too would have been a lot of money. No additional notes on it. So yeah, it's just Titanic, but hey, it's Titanic. I found so many good movies, guys. I was so happy. I looked like an absolute gremlin, like sitting on the floor of that antique shop, just going through all of these laser discs. I had so much fun. Now this one, this cover is a little bit more beat up. It's got some scuffing all over it. It's got like more wear on the edges than the other ones, but I love the foil printing for the logo. Look at that, look how shiny that is. Amazing. So let's see, we've got the back. Cruise that keeps the movie at full throttle. The awesome scene with him staring off into the distance on his motorcycle. Let's see. Oh, it's got a note here on the back. LaserDisc production technical information. This LaserDisc was mastered from the new 35mm interpositive made from the original EK negative under the supervision of Tony Scott. The new LTRT was created from the original 6-track master and telescene color timing by Brian. I don't know how you say your last name, sir. I'm so sorry. Brian McMahon? I think. I'm so sorry. I do not know how to say your name. All right, let's take a look at the inside. You can barely see that. There's a jet. Hopefully you guys can make that out on camera. There's like a big jet there in the middle. And then there's the disc. Looking very, very nice. Top Gun, 1986. This one came out for $40, low rot status, which is amazing. A lot of copies of this have been sold recently. There's the little remaster that I just read you guys. It's a good example of a gatefold with only one disc. Oh, you're right. Yeah, this was kind of common, where they would seal one side, so there's nothing here, but then the disc would be on the other side, versus like if I get Titanic back out, you can see the fact that both sides are open and they have a disc in each one. All right, moving on. We have another one that I was excited for all of them. Don't get me wrong. I was excited for all of them. This one though, I was also extremely excited about. We have the full face cover version of Return of the Jedi. I really want to get a full set of all the original trilogy with this gorgeous art on the front of like Yoda and Darth Vader. So I was really, really excited to find this one. It is the widescreen edition. So there is the front. And then we have the back. Mine, unfortunately, does have a little bit of It's a little beat up. It's got some scratches on it. It's not in super fantastic shape. The spine is already starting to get worn a little bit, which does take away because like the other ones where it's a more light color, it doesn't take away as much. But since this cover is almost mainly black, it stands out a lot. But let's take a look at the inside. Woo! The Imperial Star Cruiser. I absolutely do love the fun fact about this movie that they did fully build Jabba the Hutt's cruiser, like that giant ship that they're on at the end of the movie when they swing and then he fires the gun at it. They actually blew it up. They spent forever actually physically building this amazing, gorgeous set display. And they blew it up for the movie. You only get one take. Can you imagine the stress? Being like, all right, it has to be perfect because we only get one shot at it. Oh my gosh, it'd be super, super fun, but I would be stressed beyond belief having to be the person to be like, all right, let's see what happens. All right, Return of the Jedi in 1983. No rot status reported, which is amazing. It retailed for $60 back in the day and is actually still going for quite a bit today. Very, very nice. Chapter 53 is part 3 of a Leonard Maltin interview with George Lucas, continued from the SW and ESB releases. Oh yeah, right there it says, includes new interview with George Lucas. That's really, really fun. First batch was pressed by Pioneer USA. The price reduced on October 7th, 1998 to $24.98 and repressed in... Where is that? Curare? I have never seen that word in my entire life. Next one is another movie that I've heard of before but never actually seen and kind of took a risk on to see whether or not I will enjoy it. We have Rising Sun with Connery and Snipes. Usually anything with Sean Connery I enjoy, hence my absolute love of the movie Hunt for Red October. This is the special widescreen edition with stereo extended play. There is the back with all of its very dramatic photography. Dangerous Business in Rising Sun. In bringing author Michael Crichton's acclaimed novel Rising Sun to the screen, director Philip Kaufman combines aspects of the classic murder mystery film with the volatile, still evolving subtleties of Japanese-American business relations. I am extremely excited to see what this one is going to be like and whether or not I like it. So let's take a look at the LaserDisc database and see what it has to say. No rock reported. That's awesome. It listed for $50 US and can now be picked up for about $3. After the end credits and the FBI warning, the disc pauses at frame 42725. Resume by pressing play. Chapter 27 comes up with 30 frames of color bars followed by a red screen, and from frame 42978, there will be black and white stripes fading into color with beeps increasing in volume. All of this is in full frame. Interesting. Good to see that this one doesn't have any issues though. It is an R-rated thriller with wonderful Sean Connery, and I am excited to watch it. Next up, we're getting into a couple silly ones that I'm extremely excited about. We have The Pink Panther Strikes Again. I watched so many of the animated Pink Panther episodes growing up that I loved, but I've never actually seen the actual Pink Panther, like the original one with real actors. So that's gonna be really exciting to see. So there is the back of that one and the front again, and let's look up and see what the database has to say about this printing. Pink Panther Strikes Again. Ooh, we have two different ones, and I don't know which one to click. I'm not sure what the difference is, and I can't find anything distinguishing on the disc itself which one to click on, so we're just gonna go with the first one. Let's see, no rot status reported. Let's see what the other one says. Also, no rot status reported, no sales history. I wonder if it's just like a duplicate entry. Just seeing it made me so happy and reminded me so much of all the episodes I watched as a kid. I loved it. So I'll have to see if I actually enjoy the one with the actual actor playing the Pink Panther. Next up is another one, and this one I actually had to negotiate a little bit with the store owners because this one's actually valued quite a bit nowadays. It is Beavis and Butthead, the Essential Collection. And this is not a show that I watched growing up. I was obviously very familiar with it, like that, Beavis and Butthead, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. This one apparently was a little bit more valuable out of the collection, so I decided to negotiate a little bit to try to get my hands on it and see what the heck I think about it. Like, heads up. Because the twisted misadventures of Beavis and Butthead are about to hit you right between the eyes. Captured here on LaserDisc for the first time ever, work sucks, and there goes the neighborhood. Let's see what the LaserDisc database has to say about this guy. The letters are done vertically on this one. That's interesting. Beavis and Butthead, the Essential Collection. This retailed for $30. Rotstad is really, really, really bad. Oh no! And it doesn't even sell for that much. The lady at the store that I bought that from said that this was going for quite a bit of money. It's not what it shows here. It might be a different story on eBay that I could look up. Nothing interesting on it besides just the episodes. Oh, that is unfortunate. How bad is it? 10 reported rots, none of them critical, but a lot of light ones. Manufactured DADC. I keep seeing this name. Whenever it's like the Pioneer version of the one a couple movies ago was good, but the DADC one was not. Let me look this one up on eBay and see like what it's actually going for. Okay, yeah, it's going for anything between $8 and whatever this person accepted the offer at, and then like $30. So it's really not that much. Ooh, you know, the only other thing I could think of is that they might have been going back in their records to see what they paid for it. I know some stores, like, they don't want to take a loss on things. So if they had purchased, since it's an antique store and everything in there was secondhand, if they had purchased it at a pretty high price, that's probably why they wanted to like make their money back on it a little bit. Next up though, we have the second copy I now have of The Sound of Music. This one caught my eye because it is different than the one I had in my original LaserDisc video, which I will show here. It doesn't open like the other one, which is disappointing. This one also just kind of feels dirty, if that makes any sense. Like it's got like a film dust to it, which is unfortunate. But there is the front cover, and then there is the back. The cover, again, it feels kind of dusty. It's in okay shape. It's a little worn. There's creases. And then don't even get me started with like the state of like the slipcover that it's in. It is not good. Okay, so let's take a look on the database to see what all they have to say about this version of the printing. Sound of Music, released 81, 83. Which one is this one? This one is the 83 version, so we'll go here. Low rot status, which is really, really good, retailed at $55. This is the outdoor guitar playing front cover that comes in two versions on the back. Issued at least 3 times with this jacket artwork. The original had 18 chapter stops in analog CX audio, pressed by Pioneer Japan. Digital sound was added and chapter stops dropped, pressed by Pioneer USA. All variants with this catalog number are on 4 sides. So comparing this version we have now to the one I had in my first video, it is pan and scan with a 1.33 by 1 aspect ratio. So that means it's not the full widescreen. It's cut off a little bit to kind of fit the aspect ratio of televisions at the time. It doesn't have any comments on whether or not it's good image quality or not. But the one that I had before is letterboxed. It's still not quite the right aspect ratio at 2.20 when it should be 2.35. This one had a washed out color. There's no comments to say if this one also has the same washed out color, and I don't have my LaserDisc player set up with me right now to test it. It'll be really, really interesting to kind of compare and see what the difference is. Our next 3 LaserDiscs are all kids movies that are so fun to look at. Like all of the other movies we just looked at had very kind of more serious covers. These are so bright and so fun to look at. I absolutely love them. The first one we have is Walt Disney Return of Jafar. Definitely a movie that I grew up watching along with the original Aladdin. It is really, really fun, and I love the covers. It's just so bright and so cute to look at with Genie and Princess Jasmine and Abu and everything. I absolutely adore it. Let's take a look at the databisc. Databisc? What the heck is that? I don't even know. Maybe I'm hungry and I want bisque. Let's take a look at the LaserDisc database and see what it has to say about this guy. Return of Jafar, 1994. Low rot status, which is awesome. The back cover incorrectly lists the runtime as 66 minutes. That's funny. Length is 70 minutes. Yeah, there it is. Approximate runtime 66 minutes. You lie. Why do you lie to us? It retailed for $30 back in the day. Nothing else of note about it. It's just a movie. This is also one where it's in the original shrink wrap that I'll probably take it out of because it looks like it is kind of starting to warp just a little bit. The original, you can kind of see it's curving a little bit there at the top, which is not great for it. So the cover itself is in gorgeous condition, obviously, because it's been in the shrink wrap this entire time. But I just don't want it to get hurt any further or warped anymore, so I will probably be taking that out just to kind of make sure that doesn't continue. Next up on our kid movie list, we have An American Tail, Fievel Goes West. I have, actually, let me grab it for you. I have this complete collection on VHS tape. Let me grab that really quick. There we are, a little bit of a sidetrack from LaserDiscs, but there's my original American Tail VHS collection from when I was a kid. It's got American Tail and American Tail Fievel Goes West. I adored these movies growing up, and I haven't watched them in a long time. So there is a Fievel Goes West, the VHS tape version, and the back. I absolutely loved this movie. And then, of course, an original and American Tail. So here we can compare Fievel Goes West VHS and Fievel Goes West LaserDisc. Amazing. I absolutely love it. It's so cute. I love the old-fashioned frame it has with the characters in each of the corners. And there we have the back with some of the scenes from the movie. Let's check out to see what other special features or notes people have about this release. No rot status reported. That's awesome. It is by Pioneer. It came out for only $15 US, which would have been a steal for LaserDiscs back in the day. I know it was a kid's movie, but like when you consider that most of the ones on the floor here that I have were $50 on release, $15, I would have been great. It doesn't go for too much nowadays. Still love it though. Absolutely amazing. It's just one of those things where it just makes you happy watching it. Absolutely love it. I forgot it's by Steven Spielberg too. No wonder it's good. All right, and then our last kids movie and our second to last LaserDisc we're taking a look at today. It is Disney's Pinocchio. One that everyone knows, and this one also has really beautiful foiling gold around the letters Pinocchio, which is awesome. The cover has one crease there, which is unfortunate, where it looks like someone kind of picked up and like bent it a bit. There is the back again with more gold foiling around the letters. Oh, it's just so pretty. This movie did kind of creep me out as a kid a little bit. Obviously, there's certain scenes in it where like as a little kid, you're like, what is happening? But overall, super, super wonderful. Loved the music. All of the Disney LaserDiscs have just absolutely gorgeous covers. Like, where's the Jafar one again? Getting all of the Walt Disney LaserDisc releases together is just beautiful. Like, they did such a gorgeous job with the covers, and like the Bambi one I showed you guys in the first video, just absolutely lovely. This release doesn't look like it has anything additional either besides just the movie, unlike, again, the Bambi one, which had the gorgeous fold out with all of the scenes inside and all of the extra features. Let's take a look at this one though and see what it has to say. There's two slightly different ones released 1993 versus 1985. Which one's this one? All right, well, I guess we're gonna have to click into both of them and see if we can find comments to help tell them apart. So raw probability for this version is very low and also very low for this one. Academy ratio 1.33 by 1 was remastered with digital audio as 239AS. Remastered edition. Okay, this one has a slightly different cover. This one's ours. There we go. Yes, so we want to look at this one. So the 1985 version was released at $35 with a slightly different cover, which is very cute. And then ours is the 1983 release. So this one came beforehand and was listed at $30. No extra notes, just recolored and made look really pretty. I love it. All right, everyone, we are now down to our last LaserDisc, and let me tell you, it's a doozy. And I'm going to probably struggle showing you guys what all it has, holding it in the air, but I will do my best. I was beyond excited for this one when I saw it sitting there on the shelf. I found it, because like with all the LaserDiscs when they had them on the shelf, they had this one like tucked, sitting flat on top of all of the other ones because it just didn't fit. Anyway, here we go. Without any more ado, we have the 30th Anniversary Restoration Widescreen Collector's Edition of My Fair Lady. This thing's very heavy. I was gonna say really and very at the same time. It's quite chunky. It's got a lot of weight to it. It's gorgeous. It's got a huge spine. Oh, there is the back 30th Anniversary Collector's Letter Box Edition. I've already opened it a little bit and it's got some very cool stuff inside that I am very excited to show you guys. Before we do, we're going to go onto the databisc. I apparently really want bisc. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. We're going to go into the database and see what everyone comments and talks about it first, and then we're going to crack this open and show you guys all of the gorgeous stuff inside of it. All right, here we go. It retailed for $130 when it released in November of 1999. There's no rot reported. Yay! I think we only had like maybe 2 or 3 out of all of these that we looked at today that had really bad rot, which is awesome. Used no history in mint condition. It sells for quite high. The 30th anniversary edition transferred for the original 65mm version of the film. Large box set with multiple inclusions, a 24-karat gold CD of the soundtrack, portfolio of the costume designs, which is my favorite part, a book of Cecil Beaton's Fair Lady, documentary More Loverly Than Ever, clips of the frame of from the 70mm print. Each disc is in its own full color sleeve, which is a copy of the front with Audrey shifted to the right to provide room for the label cutout. So that is everything that is inside. Let's get started, and so I can show you guys what it all looks like. So I'm going to try to show you how it opens. It opens kind of like a book. Come on. There we go. Oh. So there's the first sleeve. As you can see, it's got the gorgeous artwork on it. Oh my gosh, I love it. So each one has the same design on the front, and then the back of each one has the very iconic white and black stripe that you saw on the outside of the box. Let me take one out here to show you guys what it looks like. And there we go. There's one of the discs. Each one of them also, I already looked at them, are in fantastic shape. They all look really, really good. The outside of the box is pretty beat up, but the inside, everything on the inside is in really good condition. We've got just a little paper sleeve insert that's one-sided. I'm not sure where this tape came from. Maybe that was on the outside of the box or like on the outside of the packaging when it was first shrink wrapped. But it says the classic movie musical achievement, the way it was meant to be seen and heard. Oh, it's so beautiful. And here's the brochure. Oh my goodness. I might set this down actually to kind of flip through so you guys can see as we're looking through it. Her in all of her gorgeous dresses, the sets, the films, the hats. I love seeing like the director alongside and how it was all filmed. Her in her beautiful pink gown, the rain in Spain, I could have danced all night. There's so much text and wonderful story here, and a little bit about each of the actors. Oh my gosh, I was so excited when I found this. Like, it has so much in it. The chapter index. I can't wait in the old Art Deco style back. Get this authentic movie poster from the theatrical reissue. Of course, I don't have the capacity to get this at this point. I doubt they're still honoring this. Close a check our money order for $4.70 for shipping and handling, payable to Continental Promotion Group, Inc. My Fair Lady poster offer. And then you would like fill this out and put it in the mail. Here we have the diary style book, which looks like it hasn't even been opened before from My Fair Lady. I absolutely love it. And then there's what it looks like with the cover taken off of it and the spine. The inside of the dust jacket actually says exclusive printing for CBS Video. Oh, so cool. I'm really excited to read through all of it. Then we have the clips of the millimeter of the film. This is going to be a little difficult to show you. I'm gonna have to like maybe hold it up to a light with the camera so that you guys can kind of see what it looks like. Our frame cutouts are of Professor Henry Higgins mid-sentence, which is funny. The back of it here, My Fair Lady 70mm print frames struck from the original camera negative is what it says across the top there. That is so cool. Printed on gorgeous cardstock. We have the portfolio limited imprint. There we go. Cecil Beaton's contributions to the screen version of My Fair Lady. And then all of these, again, I'll take these out and like set them down so you guys can see each one individually. We have all the art dresses that he designed, and yep, these are prints. They're not the originals, but yeah, copyright 1994. All of the original sketches for the designs from the movie. Oh my gosh, these are great. That one's actually kind of creepy. Look at her face. Oh my gosh. This alone, finding this collector's edition was worth it to me, to drop the money that I did, to buy all these LaserDiscs at the antique store. Everything here was paid for from proceeds from the channel and my Patreon, so thank you guys so much. It's wonderful being able to talk about the history of these movies and show you guys all of these different movies, because so many of them, like the millimeter print and everything, you don't get that anymore when you rent a movie, like either through Netflix. I was about to say Redbox actually, but that's not a thing anymore either. Like I love physical editions. I love being able to see the artwork and the prints and the fact that this came with a whole book. It's so special, and I love the fact that I'm able to like find these and share them with you guys. So that is all of the LaserDiscs for today. I don't have anything else for you guys other than I hope you enjoyed taking a look at them with me. If you haven't seen my first video going over my LaserDisc player and the history of LaserDiscs in general, you can go check that out on my first channel. Oh, and that reminds me, speaking of the history, I did find the antique store had one DiscoVision. They had one DiscoVision movie. I didn't recognize it, so I didn't buy it, and I don't have anything I can play it on, but that was really, really cool to see. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and until I upload again, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!